G'day guys, this is Captain UP today with another wacky weapon for you all. Now this one is called the Gatling Plasma, and I'll get into that as I'm looking at these attachments that I put on it. So first of all, we've got the overcharged capacitor. Basically, all this does here is just gives us better base damage rather than the flamer's usual terrible base damage. The main part of this weapon build here is obviously the sniper barrel here. This will allow us to shoot off the green plasma balls or plasma sniper rounds that you'd see if you had a sniper barrel on a regular plasma rifle, so that's very nice. Just a recoil compensating stock from what I believe is the junk jet, just to make it look kind of neat. It's a really cosmetic there. We've got the drum magazine for the assault rifle. It makes it look like, yeah, it actually works pretty well, as you'll see later, and it gives us a nice ammo capacity, which is good. Some of these have doubled up, but I'm not sure why it does that. It's probably just a glitch in the mod, so don't worry about the double ups. Just a reflex sight here. It's not going to be affecting our aim or anything at all, because we'll just be aiming along the top here. You'll see that later. And a stabilizer here that is basically there for no reason. It'll probably do absolutely nothing for us in terms of performance, but it's there. And the legendary we'll be putting on this one is going to be Furious, so we can take on the monsters very, very easily. So that's about it for the weapon explanation. Let's get into some fun stuff. Alrighty, so it should be a decently easy time getting through Gunner's Plaza with this weapon, because obviously you've seen the power of the Gatling Laser. It's going to be that, except we're going to be firing plasma balls. And I'm lucky that I put the Furious effect on here, because this has admittedly terrible base damage. So we're going to be shooting people for a while before they drop. So yeah, lucky I put on the Furious effect. The weapon isn't performing quite as I had expected it to, but it shouldn't be much of a problem, seeing as we are doing reasonably fine with it. That Gunner Private always goes down nice and easily. You see here, aiming down sights, the reflex sight is nowhere to be seen, so obviously we're just aiming along the top, which is fine. You've got that little post there to help with your aim, and if you've got intimidation perk here, if you put your cursor over the enemy, it'll have that little square that comes up. Some people find it annoying, but it helps you aim in this circumstance, so nothing to complain about. What I can complain about though is my aim in general. Bloody hell. Alright, so the first room was cleared out with relative ease. We'll move on to this dude now. Let's hope he's erased his browsing history. Thank you, comments, for making that little joke up. That's funny. We'll knock out these turrets first and foremost, as always. Took a few shots at the gunner commander there. Probably didn't do me much good. But here's where the nice ammo capacity will come in. We'll just be allowed to keep on firing at the same target, or even target switch, and it should be alright. And they're keen to just walk on front of me, so I'll just take it as it comes, I suppose. Accept it. If the AI code is gonna allow them to do that, then who am I to say it can't? We are running a little bit low on ammo here, which is quite a concern. I don't think I brought enough ammo in to Gunner's Plaza. Hopefully it'll be just enough. Alright. As long as I'm efficient with hitting the enemies and making sure the Furious effect stacks as much as possible, it should be an easy job. One of the effects that that's been left behind by the flamer body that this uses is the flame effect that happens whenever you hit something or an enemy. You'll basically leave a flame behind like that and have the chance to incinerate enemies when you kill them, which is a particularly horrific way to die, but these gunners don't seem to mind, all things considered. They're not rolling around screaming when they're on fire, so they bloody breed them tough down and vault something. So coming up on the last couple of gunners here. Ooh, we get a view of the lovely horizon and a sunset through the glitched wall. No wonder the gunners like this place so much. Alright, one more turret to kill and then we're on to some monsters. As you can see, it doesn't have the base damage to compete with other weapons, but it certainly does its job fine in hitting them as much as they possibly can until they die, and the Furious effect really helps with that. So let's move on to some monsters. Here's Swan once again. It's time to cook him alive with the Gatling plasma over here. Probably going to be a long fight, seeing as the damage will probably stack very, very slowly to begin with. So it's important we stay undetected for as long as possible. Fortunately, Swan doesn't know that following traces back is the easiest way to locate who's shooting at you. And he's very, very unperceptive, so this will be a pretty damn easy kill. During the daytime, he probably would have found me a lot before, but wow, he is really burning up. This is some sort of light show. The Feral Ghoul Reaver seems to enjoy it and is probably making the right decision to run away. Nope, he wants to fight. His mistake. So that is one very charred Swan indeed, but don't feel bad for him because he's a super mutant. We'll move on to something else. Alrighty, this is the Ghoul, and while we're on the theme of killing the Brotherhood's enemies after Swan, might as well cook this Ghoul again. So hopefully it'll work out well like last time, but since this dude moves a lot faster, I think we'll be having a little more trouble. As long as we stay hidden, which I completely fluffed because I stood up for a bit. So if we were hitting, we could probably just do what we did to Swan, but now that we're being detected and everything, he's gonna one-shot us. I suppose one of the flaws with this weapon is indeed its low hitting power, because sometimes when your weapon's got enough stagger rating to it, you can knock this Ghoul pretty much and perma-stagger him for the entire kill, but we don't have that, so probably sneaking is the best way to go. Although saying that, it looks like we are able to permanently stagger him, at least while he doesn't detect us. We'll quickly make a run for it while he's diving around. Look like we've got him on the ropes this time, so hopefully he doesn't do a supercharge and kill us. Another thing about plasma weapons that is a common characteristic through the various Fallout games is that you do actually need to lead quite a lot. And I'm very, very lucky that Ghoul didn't kill me just then. But now that he's brought some other people into the joint, we gotta kill them in now. And by people, I mean massive, overgrown, terrifying mosquitoes. Yeah, you think mosquitoes are bad in their tiny form, killing millions they do a year. Imagine just a whole group of these flying at you. Yeah, he wouldn't last very long. So, a little bit weaker against a target that is fast moving due to its projectile speed, but all in all, still a pretty decent weapon. We'll go one more monster, then we'll call it a video. Alright, let's take on this Deathclaw. I have no reason not to expect this weapon to take him out eventually. We're not going to be able to use sneaking as much as we would against Swan and the Ghoul because Deathclaws are a lot more perceptive, so we've got to watch out for that. He's already on to me, as you can see, so we probably better start moving back as soon as possible. And now we're in danger, which means he's going to hit. And when he hits very hard, so we're going to use Vat's defense to get out of his way there. Looks like he got us back on the backhand there. Lucky enough to have him miss one of the hits there, and oh, he's not hitting very hard today, he must have gotten soft. Alright, we'll try to lure him down here and even the playing field out a little bit. Looks like we've brought one Deathclaw around. The rest will soon follow, but as long as we kill this one Deathclaw here, it'll put the odds more in our favour, so nothing bad. I'd rather have one Deathclaw shuffling at me and kill this one. Alright, you should be in Vat's range of death now. Furious effect carries the damage over, so very good. That Death Claw's out of commission now that he's lying on the ground with his legs broken. So that allows us to focus solely on this one, which means we'll be able to stack our Furious damage stacking heaps better. He's having a bit of trouble getting around to me, and I think that is just because of plain old Bethesda pathfinding. But now we've got a fairly decent stack, I'm feeling like, and we're putting a significant little dent in his health bar each time. Keep in mind that this dude has many thousands of health. Alright, hopefully jumping under this bridge will allow him... Whoops. Looked like we were locked in firing there. Maybe the trigger's a little bit sticky. Ooh, what you gonna do now, Deathclaw? Ooh. You're just gonna stand there? You're not making this particularly interesting, mate. Oh, you're gonna throw those rocks at me though. Alright, looks like this Deathclaw is his pathing has led him to sit there. But as you can see there, it takes a very, very long time, even when your Furious damage is stacking, to take out something of the likes of this. And through normal circumstances, without breaking his pathing or screwing around with the AI in general, it's going to be quite tough to kill this dude. So, thank you for watching.